Giving it to Ahmed Hassan, Fatih. Those three midfielders sticking very close together. Lovely bit of play from Hani Sayed. El Mohammedi's ball's dangerous, well defended. Majid Bagheera getting very close to Zidane. It's going to be a big battle on the flanks. El Mohammedi on the right for Egypt, up against Nadir Belhaj. Two players who love to get forward. 24 minutes gone. Egypt perhaps with an opportunity. Zidane, lovely ball. Great save, Shaoshi. Oh, the place shot from Emad Moteb looked as though it was going to nestle in the top corner. I was about to say Egypt are looking like the more assured side. And it was a clinical move there. The ball over the top for Zidane, the layoff for Moteb. Luckily for Algeria, Shaoshi was alert. Strong tackle from Ziani, the ball stayed in play. Now 5 up in this attack for Algeria. Ziani. Took a little bit too long. Ahmed Hassan asking more questions of Bagheera here. Moteb. Ahmed Moteb with 2 goals already in this competition. He was close to his 3rd. Mansouri giving it to Halish. His ball though is wayward. Again, Algeria playing it well out the back. Yebda. The Algerian fans cheering every pass, trying to encourage their players. Ghezal's attempted layoff is picked up by Hosni. Now Moad streaming forward, he can shoot as well. Well, I think it was a shot, but that very nearly turned into a perfect ball for Moteb. It was one of the finds of the tournament in 2008, Saiwed Moad, the left wing back. I think he's miscued that. Bagheera's pass, the foul. And Karim Matmur. Well, it looks like it's going to be a yellow card for an Egyptian player. It's Egypt's first yellow of the evening. Probably won't be the last either. Mahmoud Fatala getting booked. Yeah, he's one of the 5 Egyptians on a yellow card. So if Egypt go through, he is out of the final. Now Mohamed Zidane. Nicely played for Moad, who's really playing in an advanced position. Terrible mistake by Halish. Moteb, well tackled. Or was it? The referee, I think he's given a penalty. Penalty to Egypt. Ahmed Moteb got away after a terrible error by Rafik Halish. Halish coming back, and he clearly got the ball. It's a terrible decision. Or did he? Or did he? Wait a minute, that angle wasn't quite so conclusive. Perhaps it wasn't a bad decision. It is a penalty. Halish perhaps lucky not to have received another yellow card as well. Or has he? He has. He's sent off. Halish has been booked for the 2nd time. And it's a double blow for Algeria. What a moment. Not only have Egypt got the chance to take the lead, but Algeria are down to 10 men in only the 38th minute of the game. Well, if Egypt slot this penalty, it is going to take An almighty effort from Algeria to avoid elimination. A horrible moment for the Nacional defender, Rafik Halish, who's had a good tournament, but his tournament has just ended in the worst possible way. Hosni stops, but scores. Well, it's not the first time we've seen Hosni Abd Rabu stop his run like that. Waits for the goalkeeper to commit himself. The referee has given the goal. Well, anybody who watched the Nations Cup in 2008 will regard that as a familiar sight. Hosni with his stuttering penalty, then kissing the turf. Egypt are a goal to the good. Well, Shaoxi has basically stopped playing as soon as he saw Hosni stop there. It's a nightmare for a goalkeeper, but the rules are not necessarily clear enough. Some referees may have asked Hosni to take that one again. Look at Shaoxi, he's got to be careful. Well, this was always going to be a tough match for Kofi Kodja, for any referee. He's made a really big decision in giving that penalty. I'd like to see it again because from one angle I thought Halish had got the ball. From the second angle it did look as though he'd made no contact, in which case the referee had no choice but to send Halish off because he'd already been booked. Either it was a straight red, which could also have been justified, or a yellow at the very least. So 5 minutes to go until half-time. Algeria with their backs up against the wall. They've come back from the dead against the Ivory Coast with a minute to go. But this is probably an even bigger challenge.
Senhoras e meus senhores, agora dados 2 minutos de tempo adicional.
Well, Egypt with 4 up here. This will be very dangerous if, well, Zidane almost got it to Moteb. Here is Moteb. Now Zidane. 3 to aim for. But he can only find Bugera. It's very difficult to see how Algeria are going to prevent Egypt from getting another goal here. At the moment, at a bit of a stalemate. Egypt not committing too many men forward, happy just to pass the ball around. Algeria obviously finding life difficult. Still in the contest. That was a bit complicated between Ziani and Belhaj. Now Egypt coming forward with Moad. That's good football. Moad's continued his run. Gets in behind Bugera. This could end it. Well, it should have been 2-0. Egypt had 2 men clear in the middle. I'm not sure Moad saw them, went for goal himself. That's what they're capable of, though. Just with 2 or 3 incisive passes, they managed to set up this sort of opening. Look in the middle. Of course, when there's a player sent off, that changes everything. Algeria can't afford to just throw people forward here. They'll be picked off by Egypt. But they are at least probing. They're testing the Egyptian defence a little now. This is the problem, though. The Pharaohs coming forward with pace and style. This is Mohamed Zidane. Zidane turning beyond Bugera. He wants a penalty. The referee playing on. Zidane. Oh, he lost his footing. Egypt squander another huge chance. Algeria there for the taking at the moment, but Egypt just ensuring that a little bit of suspense remains in this contest. Egypt are in again here. There it is, 2-0, and Egypt are heading for another final. Mohamed Zidane has left Algeria reeling here in Benguela. It's a beautifully taken goal. Once more, Algeria's defending wasn't really up to much. But Egypt have been too good for their North African rivals so far today. It is going to take an absolute miracle now for the Desert Foxes. Look at El Hadri, he knows how significant that strike is. Well, there was a slip at the back that set up this opportunity. The rest, though, was all about the class of Mohamed Zidane. He just toyed with the defenders and then let flight from just inside the penalty area. Shaouchi well beaten. It's Zidane's first goal of the competition, and Egypt are in business here. It's been 2 months since that terrible defeat as far as Egypt are concerned. They've been stewing. They've been heavily criticised by their supporters for losing their World Cup playoff to Algeria, but they are regaining more than a semblance of respect. They are continuing to dominate Africa's elite competition. You have to say the goal was coming. Mourad Megni going off as Rabah Sadan makes a change. And it's a defensive player coming on, so clearly Rabah Sadan knows that the next 24 minutes or so are going to be very tough for his team. Moad. Who knows what would have happened if Algeria hadn't made that mistake in the first half that allowed Moteb through. It's a big if. The fact is, Algeria made that mistake and Egypt punished them. And now this should just be a procession. That is a shocking tackle. That could easily be red. Algeria are losing the plot out there. It is a horrible tackle. And the referee, Kofi Kodja, is quite right to show a red card. I mean, that's a leg-breaking tackle, potentially, from Belhaj. He should get a red card and a ban on top, because that is just dreadful. But if Algeria's last chance didn't die when Zidane scored, then surely it did die when Belhaj was sent off. Ziani, he's still going. Crossed in there by Abdoun. Shooting chance for Ziani, straight to the keeper. Hadri has been beaten just twice so far in this competition. Egypt are in again. This could be 3-0. It should have been 3-0. Mohamed Hassan can't believe it. Could have moved clear at the top of the scoring charts. Had a chance to score his fourth there. Yebda. Mansouri finds Jamal Abdoun of Nantes. Ghezel trying to use his strength up against Wael Goma, wins the free kick. Oh, Shahata thinking about the final now, making his last change.
14.
Syed Moad has been excellent. He is just a booking away from suspension, so you can understand this change being made by Shehata. Abdel Shafi Mohamed, the player coming on. If Algeria do get one, then you never know what could happen here. Football can be a crazy game, but it's difficult to see how Algeria are going to get one, and Egypt look much the more likely team to score at the moment. See, there's not a lot of belief left now in the Algerians. But they will take a lot of heart. I was just saying before, yes, they are slightly limited. They don't have big name stars. They have some very good technical players like Ziani, Megni. But what has been impressive out here is the way they've picked themselves up after the 3-0 defeat by Malawi. So solid against Mali in the 1-0 win there. The 0-0 draw with Angola wasn't anything to be particularly proud of, because the last half hour saw both teams basically agree to stop attacking to play for the 0-0 draw. But the semi-final against the Ivory Coast, Algeria were terrific. Deservedly went through. Shooting chance for Ghali, picks out Zidane instead. 3-0. Substitute Abdel Shafi, played in by Zidane, and it just gets worse and worse for Algeria. Egypt are flying. They're into Sunday's final for sure now, and Ghana will be worried, and they should be worried, because this Egyptian side is unstoppable at the moment. 18 matches without defeat. They're in their third final running, and they're not even finished yet. Nice moment for Mohamed Abdel Shafi. It's only been on for a few minutes, but unselfish from Mohamed Zidane. Not great goalkeeping from Shaoxi. They will be celebrating wildly in Egypt at the moment. Algerian fans will no doubt claim that they won the game that really mattered, getting them to the World Cup, but this is a big match. Algeria haven't enjoyed success in the Africa Cup of Nations since 1990. They've only won the competition on one occasion. Egypt are now looking good for a 7th title. Mansouri. Abdoun. Oh, they just don't have enough players on the pitch, unfortunately, Algeria. That's why Abdel Shafi was totally on his own. Well, is the competition going to end as it started for Algeria with an embarrassing 3-0 defeat? Ahmed Hassan, we've talked a lot about his 171 caps. Now, Essam El Hadri has 116 caps. If you look at about this side, there's so much experience. Hani Said, 75 caps. Wael Goma, 88. You've then got Hosni with 72 caps. Ahmed Fatih, 69. Emad Moteb, 61. It's just incredible. El Mohammadi with the cutback. Saved by Shaoxi. Just restoring a semblance of pride to deny Ghedo. Ghedo looking to get his 4th of the tournament. The 4th goal is there, surely, if they wanted Egypt. Fatih comes back to Hani Said. Everybody back now for Algeria. I think they've given up on attacking. Zidane, totally free in the middle now, no. Ghetto thought he was in the clear, but the flag's up. Has he been caught? Well, the Algerians surrounding the referee again. I think Kofi Cod just done very well today. He's reaching for his notebook again. It's a third red card. Well, he's still being manhandled by Algerian players. Getting a shove on his way back there from Ziani. And Algeria have just totally lost their discipline. Now, who's he sent off? Is it the goalkeeper? Shaoxi had already been booked. I think it is. I think the referee feels he took a swing in the direction of Ghetto. And I think he's right. He's not playing the ball. He's had another very good competition out here. Not that Egypt have been that severely tested at the back, really. They were in the first half of their first game by Nigeria, but then totally dominated after they equalised. A mistake at the back. Cameroon never posed too many problems to Egypt in the quarters. And look at them coming forward, looking for goal number 4. They could easily get it here. 4-0 Egypt. Well, that's one that their supporters will cherish. Ghetto moves to the top of the scoring charts at the Africa Cup of Nations. It's his 4th goal out here in Angola, and his 3rd as a substitute. Well, the rout is now complete. 4-0 to Egypt against the 8 men of Algeria. And that may have been the last kick of the game. Egypt have now scored 14 goals in this competition and conceded just 2. They have been absolutely superb, and after beating the Ivory Coast 4-1 in the semi-final 2 years ago, well, they've gone and hit 4 again, this time against Algeria. And the referee has blown for full time. And it has finished Egypt 4, Algeria 0. What a way to hit back after the disappointment of November when Egypt were knocked out of the World Cup by Algeria. They've gained their revenge here. They remain the kings of the Cup of Nations. Egypt through to the final.